the first rays of the sun kissed the rugged peaks. As young Peter, a shepherd with a heart as free as the wind, began his day. He lived in a small mountain hamlet, surrounded by green meadows and steep slopes. Peter gathered his sheep, their woolly forms scattered on the mountainside, and with a spirited whistle, he led them to graze.
The journey through villages. With his trusty flock trailing behind, Peter descended through winding paths towards the large mountain villages nestled in the valleys below. As he traversed cobbled streets and quaint houses, children's laughter echoed through the air. The village kids, curious and playful, joined Peter on his journey, eager to learn about the life of a shepherd. Peter carried a weathered flute, a cherished companion that had seen countless sunsets and dawns. As the children gathered around, he played enchanting melodies that resonated through the mountains. The flute's sweet tunes mingled with the sounds of nature, creating a magical ambiance. The children, mesmerized, danced to the rhythm, and even the sheep seemed to sway in harmony.
Amidst the rolling hills, Peter found a peaceful spot where he and his flock could rest. As the sun reached its zenith, Peter sat on a moss-covered rock, his flute echoing in the mountain air. The sheep, drawn by the soothing music, gathered around him. Peter sang tenderly to them, a lullaby of the mountains, his voice blending with the gentle breeze. As the day waned, Peter guided his flock back up the mountain slopes. The children, reluctantly bidding farewell, returned to their villages. The hues of sunset painted the sky in warm oranges and purples as Peter reached the highlands. There, he handed the sheep back to their owners, exchanging tales of the day's adventures. With the mountains as witnesses, Peter made his way back to his humble abode. The stars began to twinkle overhead, guiding him through the familiar paths. The echoes of his flute and the memories of the day lingered in the mountain air. As Peter reached home, he knew that the mountains held not only his flock, but also a symphony of experiences. Inside his cozy dwelling, Peter kindled a fire in the hearth, its warm glow casting dancing shadows on the stone walls. As the crackling flames illuminated the room, Peter reflected on the day's journey. He smiled, recalling the joy in the children's eyes and the harmonious connection he felt with his flock. Seated by the firelight, Peter cradled his faithful flute. Each etched line and worn groove told a story, a tale of mountain breezes, village laughter, and the gentle bleats of his flock. Peter closed his eyes, letting the memories flow like a melodic stream, and he played a soft contemplative tune, his fingers dancing along the instrument. As the night deepened, Peter ventured outside. The moon bathed the mountains in a silvery glow, and the air was crisp with the scent of pine. With the flute against his lips, Peter played a serene melody that echoed through the valleys. The mountains seemed to respond, whispering ancient secrets in the night. As the night deepened, Peter ventured outside. The moon bathed the mountains in a silvery glow, and the air was crisp with the scent of pine. With the flute against his lips, Peter played a serene melody that echoed through the valleys. The mountains seemed to respond, whispering ancient secrets in the night. Finally, with the last echoes of the flute fading into the night, Peter returned indoors. He lay on a simple cot, surrounded by the flickering candlelight. The day's adventures and melodies wrapped around him like a cozy blanket. Under the watchful gaze of the moon and the mountains, Peter drifted into a peaceful slumber, dreaming of new journeys and the enduring harmony between a shepherd, his sheep, and the mountainous world they called home. As dawn painted the sky in hues of pink and gold once again, Peter awoke to the chirping of birds and the first light peeking through his window. He stepped outside, greeted by the crisp mountain air. With a content heart, he gathered his flock, ready for another day's adventure. During the day's descent through the villages, Peter encountered a stray lamb, separated from its own herd. The village children, who had now become his regular companions, eagerly helped him rescue the lost lamb. The grateful bleats of the reunited lamb echoed through the valleys, forging a new bond between Peter, the children, and the mischievous little lamb. Word spread through the villages about Peter and his flute, and soon, the mountain communities organized a festive gathering. Villagers and children alike came together for an evening of music, dance, and laughter. Peter became the heart of the celebration, his flute guiding the rhythm of joy that echoed across the mountains. Inspired by Peter's musical prowess, the village children expressed a keen interest in learning the flute. Peter, touched by their enthusiasm, decided to impart his knowledge. He held impromptu flute lessons in the village square, creating a new tradition that would echo through the mountains for generations to come. As the seasons shifted, the mountains transformed into a winter wonderland. Peter and his flock navigated through snowy landscapes, the air filled with the crystalline notes of his flute. The children, bundled up in warm clothes, continued to accompany him, creating snowmen and sharing tales by the fireside. Peter, now a respected figure in the mountain villages, not only tended to his flock but also became a source of wisdom for the community. Villagers sought his advice on matters both mundane and profound, recognizing that the shepherd's connection with nature brought a unique perspective to their lives. As the years passed, Peter's flute became a cherished heirloom, passed down through generations. The mountain villages, once separated by distance, were now united by the shared melodies of the flute. Peter, though age-worn, continued his journey, knowing that the mountains held stories that would forever resonate in the hearts of those who listened.